We have talked about what are adjectives, what are idioms and collocations, what are nouns and naming words, and what are verbs. Today I want to cover adverbs, prepositions, and conjunctions that together they are one of the difficult families that exist, you know? So let's remove the others for a moment. And let's keep on with adverbs, prepositions, and conjunctions. They are very wide topics, but we are going to concise them as much as possible. Okay? Let's start talking about the smaller topic, conjunctions. Conjunctions are connectors, such as prepositions. If you see the color code on top, we have it in yellow. You see? That's because these two technically are connectors, but not always. Okay? And it's kind of tricky. So the standard conjunction is a connector of ideas. Right? And the standard connector of ideas, or one of the easiest connector of ideas, are those conjunctions that are in the fanboys word. Right? Each word of the letter of the word fanboys represents one of the conjunctions that we have. Do you know which conjunctions I'm talking about? Let me turn down.
Yes.
Yes.
Which ones?
Yes.
For example, F is for?
For.
For. A is for?
And.
And. The N?
Not?
Kind of.
No.
Not is not a connector.
Nor.
Nor. Very good. The B?
By.
By.
No,
But, exactly. But. O?
Or.
Or. Why?
Yet.
Excellent. Yet. And the S?
So.
So. Ta-da! These are the fanboys conjunctions. So we are going to contrast what are connectors of ideas versus what are connectors of nouns. On the other side, in the preposition section, we have connectors too. But they are not connectors of ideas. They connect nouns. Okay. And then you can think about any connector that you can think of except the fanboys. Any example? Any connector that you can think of except the fanboys. What do you think about? Off. Perfect. What else? At. Perfect. What else?
In.
In. Very good. What another?
With.
With. What else?
On.
On. What else? There are plenty, eh? You can continue.
Of. prepositions of locations.
which are
Below, under, over.
below, under, over.
Up.
The word of is the first one.
Above.
Above.
No, up with B.
Of with B.
Up. Like the movie. Up.
With P. Up. Up is not a connector.
Okay.
Well, wait. Let me check the dictionary because it exists. I think it exists as a connector too. Naturally, up is an adverb.
Exactly.
But yes, it exists as a preposition. Yes.
Teacher, you don't trust in me.
You are so right, man. Sorry for doubting your knowledge, man.
Yes.
Very good. Up. Then down can be a preposition too, because it's the opposite. Many people don't consider it, but the word about is a preposition too. It's not location, but it's a preposition. Right? And let's keep it over here. You see? So I just wanted to show you this example so you can see the contrast, okay? And I want you to be very careful with this distinction because it's going to help us understand adverbs later. Conjunctions and prepositions are connectors, but they are different in the application, okay? A conjunction is a connector of ideas, right? Like for example, you have idea number one, English is important. Idea number two, English is difficult. So then we say English is important, but English is difficult. I am connecting two sequences, person verb complement, but person verb complement. Do you agree? Good. But also, you can connect words of the same family. Add this. For example, the word and. If you say my tea in the morning helps me. Number one, de-bloat. Number two, energize. And hydrate my body. What words am I connecting using and? I repeat, my tea in the morning helps me de-bloat, energize, and hydrate my body.
Verbs.
Excellent, very good. These are three verbs that I am finishing with the word and. Right? I cannot collocate a word of another family in the sequence. It's incorrect to say, my tea in the morning helps me de-bloat, hydrate, and happy, Happy is an adjective. Sounds super strange, I know. I made a very obvious example, but some people confuse some words and you cannot put them together if you use a conjunction. The conjunction is very important because they connect words of the same family and it's necessary that they are in the same family. And this mistake is more common than you think. Very. Got it? which takes me to the next part of conjunctions. When you are connecting words of the same family, we usually use words like the fanboys, but also we use words like although, we use words like after, as if, as long as much as soon as though, because, before, by the time, even if, even though, if, in order that, in case, in the event that, last, now that, once, only if, provided that, which is only in formal cases, hence, despite, no, despite is a preposition, sorry. Since, so, until, unless, when, whenever, where, whereas, wherever, whether, and voila. Take a note on all these because they are very useful vocabulary. After, as if, sorry. As much as, Jesus Christ, what did I write? These are the words that we use to give sequence to our sentences. Our ideas become bigger and bigger and bigger when you use connectors like this. We usually use them to avoid the commas. We usually use them to connect ideas, or we usually use them to contrast words. But the idea is that they always have this, let's say, condition. They are connectors of ideas or connectors of the same family. And in the same context, we have words that they also relate context of ideas or words. Again, of the same family. Do you know what I mean with relate? Do you understand the word relate?
Yes.
What is relate? How would you describe it?
Sophie, you.
You can do it. whoever.
Relate. I understand that it's like to not compare. It's like to when you I don't know how to explain it.
Kind of synonym of join.
Join. Could
No.
be. And join what?
Did you say relate, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was saying join.
Yes, of course. Wait. So, join. You are describing the word relate, no? With the word join.
Create a link between two concepts, ideas.
Nice. Create a link. That's a nice one too. Mhm. To create a link, to put them side by side, make them
Connect.
similar to another, connect them. Therefore, that's why we are using connectors, no? So the words that I have here relate ideas or words of the same family. When you use both, you normally correlate it with the word and. For example, my the tea I drink in the morning is both. I like my tea both hot and without milk. I drink this coffee both in the morning and in the afternoon. Why do I need both? I need both because it is the way we relate the two things. But teacher, that doesn't exist in Spanish. Exactly, this is not Spanish, this is English. Right? Give me an example with both and it's. Do you think, what are the, tell me two good characteristics of your, of an iPhone? Why do you prefer an iPhone over other cell phones?
You don't prefer iPhones.
You don't prefer iPhones. Okay, we're gonna contrast it in a moment. Are you there, It?
Sorry, I have to go. Sorry, I didn't be here.
You weren't there.
No,
Okay. Okay,
no. My dog do something and I have to run, but I am here now.
Okay. In a moment we go with you. It's because
Yes, so sorry.
your avatar was there, so it was super creepy. But okay,
Sorry.
let's go with Robert. Tell us, Robert. You have context. Why you don't prefer iPhones?
Okay, well, my example need to.
You need to use both and.
Both and okay.
Uh-huh.
Come on. I don't prefer iPhone because I think are expensive and doesn't give us any technological difference.
Mm-hmm. And what happened with the both? I didn't hear both. Again. Yes, again. Also, don't forget something, eh? I hear you say doesn't, but I didn't hear the subject. Don't forget the subject in English. In English, it's super important.
I'm thinking. the price the price the price and the price and the technological proposal of iPhone
Mhm.
are not relevant in the market. Both are in other both are available in other competitors
Mhm.
and for a reduced price.
For a what price?
For but no
Smaller, no?
a smaller price. I think that sounds better.
Smaller because reduced is a
Okay, yes.
for a smaller price. That is okay. Both are available in the market and for a smaller price. But you are okay. Both are available for a smaller price. In this case, you are not joining both with and they are independent. You are using you are only using the faculties of connection in the word and. The word both doesn't have a faculty of connection in this case.
Okay.
Yeah, let me help you with another word, another way. Tell me two negative things about iPhone.
Okay.
They are made by Chinese boys.
Ha. Well, everything that you own is made by China, so I don't know. I don't know if that's so negative. I think there was a. I don't know where I saw a clip of a sitcom. Somebody enters the room and is like, "That's made in China, made in China." I was Seinfeld. It was Seinfeld, made in China, made in China. Everything is made in China. And then the others say, "Yeah, that's where they make stuff." You know? It's like okay, it's like so normal.
Yes, yes.
But okay, Luis spoke about the price, right?
Maybe it can be something like both price and I know completely sure the word is obsolescence.
Obsolescence, okay, can be okay. Obsolescence exists.
It's like I think it's like pre-programmed obsolescence.
Good. So we have price and obsolescence. Now check this out. Obsolescence is a noun, and price is a noun. So you can connect them using both. Both and. You see, it's both the price and obsolescence.
So but the price and obsolescence are two characteristics which don't help iPhone to be a good option for a customer.
For the consumer, exactly. That is the way you use both and.
Okay, see, yeah.
Now you refresh the memory, right?
Previous example was only connecting the nouns both and were not
We're
linked
not
in a
linked.
same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know how do you know they are not linked? Because of the verb. You included a lot of verbs. You said both the price or both the I don't remember that something is in the market and na. So you were connecting. You were speaking like way too many words. That means that you are taking independent ideas. In the second example, it's not everything is in one idea. And in the first
Yes.
example, it was different ideas. That's why they were not working together.
Yes, you're right. Thank you.
Now you see the difference. In the first example, you were using only and. In the second example, you were using both and. Take a note about that.
Thank you, teacher.
The same case goes with the rest. Either or, for example, either or is also very useful, and you should start using it. It's when you are talking about two options, two things that have no preference, you know. So let's say that for some people it's the same to either have a car or not. Some people don't need the car. Some people would prefer to have a car. And for some people they have no problem. So they could either have a car or not. We are not accustomed to collocate a word either before the idea, no? If you think of the position of either, it's super strange. I repeat the example. Some people prefer either having a car or not. Think about the position of either. There is no similarity to Spanish. So tell me, for example, Sophie, tell me other thing that some people some people are irrelevant, or not irrelevant, indifferent, that's the word. Some people are indifferent about.
Well, I don't know if for people is irrelevant, but for me, the coffee is irrelevant. Well, I prefer coffee either with milk or not, or without
Either with milk
milk.
or without, no? Exactly. That's a very interesting thing. Why is better to say without and not? And why did you change it? That's a
Because
very interesting one.
I don't know, because I am connecting the same word. I mean, you are talking the connector previous is without. That is, I think that it's a preposition.
Exactly. The previous connector was with, no? No, without.
Yeah, with the preposition, and nor no or is to connect the idea. So I use the same in the same family. So another preposition. I don't know.
Nor? But you never say nor. Or
yes,
not.
because I use either or.
Yes, but we are not discussing the or. The or is obligatory. The or is mandatory. You changed without. No, you changed not for without.
Yes, and you asked me why, right?
But about not the connector
Yeah,
or.
and I told you that it's because with is a preposition and without also.
Okay.
Or is to connect ideas or words in the same family. So I use the two words that are preposition they are preposition.
I get it. Okay, I understand. Yes, no, the second time is more. The way you explained it the second time was better. The first time I didn't understand at all.
Okay.
Now,
Okay. Yeah.
why not use not? Why it sounded weird when you used not?
I know that the idea doesn't make sense for me, and or it is incomplete. No, it's without.
I'm going to help
with
you.
milk, nor not.
I'm going to help you. The word not is used for verbs, only for verbs. So when you use not, you are negating a verb. Take a note about that. Every time you use the word not, you should be referring to another verb, guys. That's a super important observation because it was weird. You felt the sensation like the sentence is super strange. And then you change it naturally, but you didn't know why. That's super important to know because we usually confuse the word not and the word no. And that's a classic one. Right? It's not for verbs. Prepositions use the opposite. And yeah, the negative of other words is the antonym. But the negative for a verb is a not. That's it's like the exception. Got it? Very good. These are conjunctions, my people. Let's stop for a moment because Jessie is in the class. Hello, Jess. Yes, are you there?
Sorry. Good morning.
Excellent. Good morning.
I will take a sentence, please.
Yes, please.
Is here Roberta?
Yes.
Hi, Robert. Thank you. Victor.
Absent.
All right. Jesús.
Sí, pero se fue temprano.
All right. And Sophie.
Here, Jessie.
Thank you, Sophie. Good morning. Itze.
Hi, Jessie. Good morning.
Hi, Itze. Good morning. So that's all. Thank you, everyone. Have
It's all girl.
a nice day.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. Do you want to check the rest of them? Neither or, not only, but?
Yeah. I would like to check neither nor.
Neither nor. Great. Very similar to either or, but the opposite.
In a negative way, right?
If either or is not irrelevant. I forgot the word. What's the word? Indifferent. If either or represents an indifference, neither nor represents a whole complete negation. You don't like it. And you don't like both of them. So neither nor will be the opposite of both and.
Okay, can I say an example?
Sure.
With iPhone?
With iPhone? Okay.
But the sentence is in it have to be in
has to be
positive, has to be positive because this is negative.
Well,
right?
Don't think of theory. Think of the idea first. If you are talking about, think of more of context. If the context helps you, then it's not necessary to think of theory. So think about two things that are not in your preference.
Okay, so
about iPhone.
I don't like iPhone. Neither its price,
Okay.
nor its dysfunction for the time.
Dysfunction for the time? What is a
Yeah,
dysfunction for the time?
or similar to say, what's the word? Obsolete or
So the same that Louis said, no?
uh-huh.
Look at this.
Obsolete? No.
Look at the pronunciation.
Absolute, absolute. I know. Obsolescence. Obsolescence.
Excellent. What is the stress?
Obsolescence.
Obsolete.
Before le.
No, after. The apostrophe
Obsolete.
indicates next.
Okay, so obsolescence. Obsolete.
Exactly.
Obsolescence.
Obsolescence. Exactly.
Obsolescence.
That's right. Your example was right. That's correct. You are connecting a full idea. Well, no, a noun. Its price, its obsolescence. Both of them. That's right.
Okay.
Very good. And these are two things that you don't prefer. Good.
Yep.
As you can see, if you think first on the context, the theory it becomes irrelevant, especially when you're talking about grammar. If one is positive, the other needs to be negative. Oof, that's super difficult to think about. And we don't think about that when we speak Spanish. You know? So don't over. If this is difficult, the best way to attack it is by thinking in application, in real life application. Got it? Very nice. Do you know how to use whether or, guys? For example, it's. Do you know whether or? Can you make an example with it?
No, I don't know.
You don't what?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't remember whether or? Come on. Okay. Whether or. It doesn't matter. Whether or, it doesn't matter any of the options. It's a little different to either or. Because either or is there is no preference, but whether or is no preference too. Yes, that's a very difficult way. Let's check the dictionary. If you say either or, either or, state a feeling or situation when it's similar to one already mentioned. When the feeling or situation is similar, and whether with th is to express a doubt or choice between two possibilities. Express a doubt. Okay, the difference is there. So look at this. Yes. Go. Tell me.
So in whether or is it doesn't matter any of the choices at
In
all?
whether or, it doesn't matter any of the choices at all.
I don't know.
No, that's with either. That's with either.
Okay.
With whether you express a doubt. You express a doubt. You don't know. You don't know if this could be a good way to substitute it. You don't know if you are going to after work. I don't know if I'm going to go to the cinema or I'm going to go home and clean.
Okay.
So whether I go to the cinema or I go home clean, I will be free tonight, for example. You see? That weather is very usually, and this is super important for conversation, guys. We say if for everything. Always we say if this, if this, if this, if that. But if you're expressing a doubt, don't say if, say whether. The word if, whether substitutes if.
So I don't know what. I don't know. In general, what I what I want, whether tea or coffee.
Okay, all right. That is a simple example for this word, and it's very, very nice. I don't know what I want, whether coffee or tea. Precisely. You are expressing the doubt. And you can extend it. Whether I will drink tea, whether I'll choose tea, or I'll choose coffee. I don't know. But yes, that's precisely the use. Good job. Remember, if you're trying to express a doubt, don't say if, say whether. And when you watch it in movies, check the word whether and analyze if they are using if. But we are thinking in Spanish, we usually use if because the word whether looks different, but it's not. Any question? Perfect. On the other side, prepositions, of course, connect, right? They connect nouns, they give us position and movement, expressing position and movement, but also they do other thing. They modify verbs. They change. The meaning of verbs, of some verbs. Do you know what I'm talking about on the side of prepositions?
You refer that to phrasal verb, right?
Exactly, you refer to phrasal verbs. Very good, because when you say look, it's similar to say observe. But if you say look for, now it's similar to search. If you say look out, it's similar to say careful. Careful with. right? Phrasal verbs, exactly. Prepositions change the phrasal verb when they are not connecting. Okay, so the second side, the second part, technically is not a connector. In this case, would be another form to use a preposition. You need to mentalize that this section, the green section, is related to verbs. I should put it in verbs actually. I should move it to the verb section. But I wanted to check it here because I want to contrast prepositions when they connect versus prepositions of phrasal verbs, because something that I emphasize with my students always, I tell them never put two prepositions together. Never. One of the most common mistakes that, for example, people in B1 speak is a classic for two. Oh, Jesus Christ! They say I have a meeting for to learn. I have a meeting for to learn the new topics on my business. I don't know. And the for to learn is like, Jesus Christ, is like a drill in my brain. You can never use two prepositions together. But then you watch a book in English and you see two prepositions together. You say, what happened, teacher? You told me not to use two prepositions together. Why this book has it? Well, it's because unless one of them correspond to a phrasal verb. For example, I needed to watch out for pickpocketers at the street. Do you know what is a pickpocketer?
No.
A person who steals wallets and cell phones. I needed to watch out. This is a verb for pickpocketers. In this specific case, I have had many students that tell me, teacher, what happened? You have out and for. You have two prepositions together. Well, expand your eyes, because watch out is technically these two are together. So this is not an independent preposition. This is a verb. Two words are together here. And here is a connector that connects the noun. You see? Do you understand? Do you have any question about this? Do you know what I mean?
For example, teacher, in the previous example that you gave, instead of using for to, can we change this mistake using the gerund form of a verb
For
learning?
For learning, that's right. And that is exactly the point. You are using the correction of the sentence. The mistake was for to learn. You have two options: to learn or for learning.
Both are correct.
Both are correct.
Okay.
To learn or for learning. Never for to learn and never to learning. You know, that's the cross, the classic cross.
But the only problem of the second option for learning is that we cannot begin a sentence with for.
Yes, precisely. Especially when it's a simple verb.
Okay.
Never collocate for before a simple verb, because for is a preposition and you need a noun. That's the same theory.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. We are getting these ideas, guys. These are the basics that we need to understand: prepositions and conjunctions. On the other side, we have adverbs. My favorite topic. Why? Because this specific topic has a lot of information. Number one, we need to consider that adverbs look very similar or have a function of description, but also they have a function of connection. They can connect to. So adverbs look like conjunctions many times, and they are very confusing. Let me show you this. The natural functions of conjunctions is they modify and describe a verb, a noun, a verb, an adjective, and another adverb. A verb, an adjective, and another adverb. Okay? If you want to describe the way you do something, you describe it with the adverb. Anyone? There is a question word. A question word that describes the way you do something.
How?
Exactly. So the way you do something is expressed with how. How is the natural question for adverbs. And the answer of how is an adverb. How do you no, I like the way you cook dinner. You cook dinner very patiently and carefully. You see? So the question how represents the adverbs. Is a natural form to think about adverbs. If the word cannot be asked with the word how, it's not an adverb. And that's the first difference between adverbs and adjectives, because we confuse a lot when you say careful versus carefully, amazing versus amazingly. They sound very similar, but they represent very different ideas. The way you can identify it is with the word how. If you are describing a verb, let's say, if you are describing an action or a verb, you can talk about the way, the place, the time, or the time you do it. No? So you know where I'm going with this. If the way you do something is how, the place you do something is
Where?
exactly. The time you do something,
When?
and I almost forgot the frequency you do something,
How often?
very good, brother. Very, very good. How often? These are the adverbs. This is to describe verbs. What happens when you describe adjectives? Well, you only add another how. It's like to describe adjectives, you emphasize them. Let's say that you want to emphasize that one of your favorite actors or actresses is handsome or pretty. But this adjective by itself is not enough to describe how handsome he is, how pretty he is. So what do you need to add?
An adverb.
What do you need to add? Don't give me theory, give me examples.
Very.
Very, exactly. So the word very, really, so, all of these, they are adverbs. But they are not describing it. Pretty, pretty, very, really, so. I have it. I have them here. The V2 training. Where are here? Very, really, so, pretty, white, too, enough, somewhat, sort of, kind of, a little, a bit. This also helps for adverbs too. You can emphasize an adverb. Because if you say, let's say that a doctor, a really good doctor will help you patiently and will explain everything in detail. In detail is another adverb. You can use the word quite, for example, to describe and to emphasize how patiently the doctor did it. The doctor explained it to me quite patiently.
The police is coming for teacher Fernando.
I hope not. Let me close the window. So it's right here. Anyway, that is the usage, right? Emphasis. And then there are other types of adverbs. They have a correlation with conjunctions because there are adverbials that are used to connect. Do you know which ones I'm talking about? To contrast ideas. No? Oh, let me help you. You know which ones. To give sequence to events. This happened number one, this happened number two, this happened number one, and this happened at the end. What words do you use to say that?
Then?
Then can be yes. Another one to connect ideas. First, exactly. After that. Later. Finally. Etc. And you can connect, in this case, you are connecting, like, yeah, you can connect ideas with a period, but sometimes you can connect it with commas. For example, using words like therefore, however, in fact, in addition. You see?
Teacher, despite, because you said at the beginning of the class that despite it is a preposition, I think. Yeah.
Correct. What's the question?
Yeah, I don't understand why despite is preposition.
Look at the function of preposition. What does a preposition do?
Connect nouns.
Connect nouns. So the word despite only needs a noun. You don't connect a complete idea.
Okay.
Do you have an example?
Okay. Yeah.
Imagine I say, I have been feeling better despite the crisis. Period. You see?
Yeah.
Easy as that. But
Yeah,
you say,
sorry,
for
I
example,
just
of course, because it looks like a very long word, and we think, prepositions are monosyllable. No, not really, not necessarily. On the other side, if you say, for example, however cannot connect only a noun. You need a complete idea. That's the difference between an adverb and a connector adverbs and a preposition. What is more confusing is what happened, teacher? You're telling me that adverbs are connectors or what? And I will tell you Well, yes. You know? Adverbs can connect to. They are not considered conjunctions. Some grammar books work them as adverb conjunctions. But other grammar books work them as modifiers or determiners, sorry. They have many different names in grammar books. So I am trying to teach you the easiest way possible without a lot of grammar mumbo jumbo. Okay? Just the essential way to look at grammar so we can focus on the conversation. Got it? Time adverbs can be used to introduce context to sentences before a comma. We can use words like usually, actually, surprisingly, supposedly, additionally, comma, and then you continue with your ideas. Do you understand the examples? Guys. There. Guys, anyone? Question? Give me signs that you are alive.
No, teacher, there's no questions.
There's no questions? What Chucho? You sound like Chucho Luis. What's going on? Jesus Christ, my brain, guys.
Brujería.
Jesus Christ, you sound the same way. You know, you three sound the same.
Maybe it's me or not, you know.
Maybe, exactly, maybe he's Victor and I don't know. No?
That's an advantage that we
have.
three and the same voice.
Yes, exactly.
It's a great trick, you know.
It's a great deal.
Yes.
But that trick you can only do once. But anyway, my people, welcome to Real English. I am showing you what is the function of every word, and we are going to use this canvas as the basis to correct your speech. Whenever you cannot find the word that you want to use, or when you have questions about the vocabulary that you want to use, etc., have in mind this specific canvas, because we are looking at all the grammar knowledge in a nutshell, in a very, very small package. And I am concising a lot the part of the adverbs because we can read about adverbs, but I want to focus on your correction, on your conversation, and increasing your vocabulary knowledge. Anyway, this is your word family canvas. Keep it with you. every time you enter class. Okay, that's the basic for you. Got it? We finish for today. Have a very nice day. I'll see you on Monday.
Teacher, I think that on Monday is an official day.
Oh, that's true. Finally February. Oh my god. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'll see you on Tuesday. I will miss you. I am not celebrating because I'm not going to see you. I'm celebrating because I'm going to sleep more. Okay? Don't misunderstand my intention. Okay? Awesome. I'll see you on Tuesday then. Okay? Sleep a lot. Recover from January. Finally, January is over. Have a nice day.
You have a nice weekend.
You too. Good weekend.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye, Luis. Bye, Chucho. Bye, everyone.